Hello, welcome to today's update. You might have noticed things are a little bit different, at least with the camera. So I've just bought a new webcam for work, which I'll be starting soon. Um, so you will see some higher quality resolution video. Um, and I'm also using the webcam's mic now. So I think audio quality is definitely better with this new mic. But yeah, um, let's see how it goes. So today I worked on two different things. See if I can open up the other one first. So the first thing I did was that I talked a little bit about how I wasn't happy with my crouching light attack yesterday. So I did two different versions of it last night just to kind of test things out. I did one where he kind of punches with his sword, and one where he kicks with his leg. So here is the first one. It's V2. Let's see. V2 here. So he comes down and punches with his hand. These are just super rough because I want to see how it felt before I actually rendered it out more. And then this is the crouch light, or this is the crouch light where he kicks with his leg that I actually went with. So he pulls his leg back a little bit and stabs forward. This is very similar to Johnny's kick from Ixard. It's kind of where I took my inspiration from. I ultimately chose this pose because it felt more distinct from the other pose, right? Because the standing punch or the standing light attack was already like a sword punch, and I wanted this to look look more different from the one previously. And then the other one I did was a crouching medium move, where this is supposed to be like a high strength kind of like frame trapping tool that comes up a little bit slower with kind of shorter range, but very good on pressure. So here's the move. I can try playing it in Krita, but Krita actually have been giving me some trouble lately when I try to play it on a higher frame where it just kind of skips some frames. Looks like it's happy with it now, but here's what the move looks like. The frame data in the actual game are a little bit different. So for both these moves, I've animated them here just based on kind of like frame by frame without really considering the timing in between. And I adjust them in game, inside Unreal. I did this because first the sprite sheet exporting tool in Krita actually gives me hold frames, right, as frames in the sprite sheet. So if I hold the frame for 4 frames, it will give me all 4 frames in the sprite sheet, which is something I really don't want. So I can test the timing out here in Krita, and then shrink it and then make it back. So I don't really preserve, I can't really save the timings in Krita, unfortunately, which is, yeah, it's kind of unfortunate, but it's something I can work around. But also the other thing is that the timings are often adjusted inside the engine anyways, based on the needs of the character's frame attack, the character's attack. So it's kind of whatever. But yeah, here it is. The other thing that is that Krita has actually been running slowly for me. So when I play the animation here, it doesn't actually. So sometimes the frame rate wouldn't it wouldn't be able to display that many frames. So it would display only some of the frames, which would give me kind of an incomplete picture, which made me need to slow down the frame rate here to have it actually play on time, but then it doesn't actually feel like the actual animation. So the approach I've taken is that I'm just going to start putting them inside the engine earlier and see how it feels, how it looks, and then adjust them from there. I think I talked about a few animations before, such as the command dash and other stuff like that, you don't really see the exact you start seeing other problems of the animation once you start putting it in game, right? Things with like the crouch light being somewhat unreadable before. So let me open up the first version here. Let's see, what is it? Wolf Crouch Light. This is the first version, right? It might look very good inside Krita, but then once you actually put it inside the engine, right? Because the way the speed that's going at, right, and the exact frames are going to be somewhat different. It's going to read differently. So this reads very well in slow motion, but not very well when it's like 5 frames, 10 frames. So yeah, let me show you guys what it actually looks like in game now. Let's see. So if it runs, there you go. Here it is. So this is the old light punch, right, or old stand light. This is the new crouch light. I definitely think this reads a lot better. It's a lot simpler, a lot cleaner. Definitely need to work on hitboxes now. hitboxes some more. But here it is. I think it definitely looks a lot better than the old one. I can show you guys what the old one looked like. If I go to BP Wolf, let's see, I can swap out the old animation for the new one, and then you can see what it looks like. Let's see, animation override, wolf, crouch medium, jump light, crouch light. Here it is. A wolf, crouch light. So this is what the old one looked like. It's running a lot slower now. It's fine. Alright, so this is what the old one looked like. It's definitely still readable. It's definitely more readable because it's running at 30 FPS. But this is half the speed that it's running at. But usually I would say it's pretty unreadable. It's very hard for you to see kind of like the sweeping motion of the leg, especially on such a short move. So this is definitely I'm definitely a lot more happy with this animation than I was before. So yeah. So also the other thing I did was this crouching medium move that you have not seen yet. Let me show you guys inside Krita. So frame by frame, right? He starts off in the crouching position. He pulls his sword back and then does his giant big swing. The smears, I'm pretty happy with it right now. Keeping it pretty simple unlike the previous ones. It just looks a lot more clean. It's I guess less messy, and I think it works pretty well for like the sword swings and stuff like that. It keeps it simple. It keeps it readable, which I like. One thing is that it doesn't describe the form of the sword very well, which I might add some streaks later to kind of add to the kind of jagged sword feel. Also, I think the sword is pointed the wrong way for his swing. It is pointed the wrong way for his swing. Okay, that's something for me to fix later because I think so. It starts off right. It starts off right facing forward, and it should spin around right, and then end up facing backwards. But it's still facing forward after that. So I'll fix that. Attaching more and more. Anyways, so here's what it looks like in game. Right. So it's actually a pretty short range move. Right. So it's definitely longer range than his jabs or his kicks, right? But when I implement stand medium, right, it's gonna be a lot shorter range. I think stand medium will probably hit at this range. That's my goal. Right around command dash range. But this is definitely shorter range. So you would ideally go for some jabs, right? Jabs, crouching medium for the counter hit, right? Or you would jab, standing medium for just a fake frame trap instead of a real one. Anyways, I think one thing is that with this little normals, I do want to keep the block strings and combos pretty short, considering there's not a lot of moves to work with. But that's something for me to think about. I also need to implement cancel systems or like the chain system, so I can chain lights into lights and then chain lights into medium and stuff like that. I think something like that would be super awesome and just what I need. Let's see. And yeah, so that's a few things I worked on today. I definitely need to fix this sword here. I think this pose actually looks really good. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I think one thing I might try to work on is that I'm gonna have all his medium attacks have like using one sword, and then have his heavy attacks using two swords. I think that would be kind of clever and kind of fun to do, or not. It would just be kind of fun to do. I'm not sure how all that's gonna work. I need to plan out all. But I still just need to do more exploration on that. So, anyways, hope you guys enjoyed today's update, and see you guys next time. And happy Friday. So I won't have another update until Monday, but that doesn't mean I won't do work over the weekends. So we'll see. All right. Anyways, see you guys next time.